Howdily diddle here on not as late as the last couple weeks here on Friday, April the 18th. It is late. I have slept already, and it's getting late. It's getting there. It's like almost 8 o'clock, and I realized I needed to do this really quick before I lost all sunlight out there. And you can still kind of see out back because there's something I want to show you out back. There was a couple of developments this weekend when Mom was here. The first one, we always do our little update before we do our question for the week. Mom was here last weekend, finalizing my state taxes and everything for me, so as far as I know, all that's taken care of. Yay. Only owed like $83 this year instead of like $400. So, that's good improvement. But I think it was Sunday. I went in to the bathroom, and there was water on the back of the tank of my toilet, and I'm like, it was confusing for a minute, but this has actually happened before. And the last time, because there's a leak in my ceiling, I don't believe I got footage of it before, but I do have pictures of what it looked like before. Maybe this could have been an update a long time ago. I don't know. Where is it? But yes, on my ceiling is this. That's been there before. I've got a closer-up picture of it. But yes, that was dripping. And like I said, it's happened before. The last time they just kind of came and patched it. And that's been a couple years ago. I swear that was a couple years ago when that leaked before. So I don't know what happened. There is a new person moving in up there because I heard somebody upstairs and I was like, well, I don't know if that's whoever lives there or if that's maintenance. I'm like, if it's maintenance, I'm just going to go up there and tell them that I have a leak coming from my ceiling. But it turned out to be the new guy that's moving in up there. So that might have been very confusing. Or a good way to, meet your downstairs neighbor is like, hey, there's a leak. So when I saw the water on the back of the toilet, I kind of knew what was going on because, like I said, it had happened before. And this time they did a little bit more something about that. So I did take a couple of clips of it as it progressed. So I will show those to you right here and right now. So that's my hole. You're welcome. You can see deep inside it. Yeah. That may be the part that's leaking. I'm not really sure. But all of it's down here in my trash can that was also catching my water. And the humidifier is going. So we shall see how that turns out. Well, it's a day later. I'm going to hope my battery lasts long enough for me to show you what it looks like now. Which is this. It got even bigger. But he did fix the plumbing that was apparently leaking. I don't know if you can see up in there. There's something that looks like it's a little bit rotted through, maybe. I don't know. But, yeah, so I guess he was just the plumber. So he's just here to fix the plumbing, and so I assume someone else will cover the whole end. And I also have to turn the exhaust fan on because the smell of his his sealant or whatever, his glue that he used, still in here. I guess I should probably maybe open a window or two or something as well. Might help. Now we got some earth glue. And I need to charge the camera here because it's blinking at me. So hopefully I can do this real quick. But, and now as of today, Friday, it still looks like that. Because he's not going to be able to come back and cover it until next week sometime. It had something to do with he wasn't sure. I don't know if they cut too much off here, but he wasn't sure what he was gonna have to put something in there to nail something to or something. I don't know. So I just have this huge I just have a huge hole in my ceiling until next week. But it is going to get taken care of. And I just stepped, his humidifier was here. They were trying to dry everything out, and I just accidentally stepped on the cord there. But, so yeah, that is exciting. And hopefully, as I said, I can show you this thing here on the back, which was another update. Because I never open these curtains. You know, there's these huge curtains, and you've seen out back here, I've shown this off a few times, back into the trees and somebody's house across the tree line. There's children that live over there because I hear them screaming and playing every once in a while. So I don't usually have these curtains open. These are all closed, and it's very dreary in here and dark, just like my soul. Emo. But as you can see, there's an update. There's Winnie and her sister sitting in their little chairs. Dilapidated because I don't have Ava's Playhouse to store them in anymore. But they are still back there. And then there's this spot right here that is empty. I don't know if you remember my little ghost child bride girl that I used to call her. She is gone. I do not know where she went. Minxie doesn't know either. But yeah, she's not there. And I don't know, we did have some fairly strong windstorms. I feel like she's lasted windstorms before and not blown away. I'm going to get you plugged back in here really quick. That's what I was going to do. But yeah, so, okay, good. We're good here. Oh, and I should turn on the light just because you know how the lights be in here. So maybe that'll help with little bit of light shine down on me, whatever, if I could get in focus. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know if she blew away in one of the windstorms we had lately. I've looked along the tree line. I don't see her. I would think that she would be somewhere over in the tree line. I wouldn't think she'd be. Yeah, Mom kind of made the joke that she could be up in a tree somewhere, as strong as those winds were the other day. But she was laying down. I don't necessarily know that anybody ever goes back there, because I was thinking like somebody had to have taken her. That's the only thing that really makes sense to me. She came to life. It's like a mannequin sort of storyline where she came to life and like walked away on her own. I guess I chose mannequin over like. Annabelle, Megan, some bullshit, Chucky. I guess I'm trying to be positive with this. I don't know. But yes, I don't. My ghost child bride animatronic, though, I was never going to get a chance to use her again anyway. It's just one of those things that I tried to. It was some of my Halloween decorations that I tried to save from the house. But yeah, I don't. She's gone. I don't know if there's any hope of finding her. Like I said, if she blew away, which I feel like if she was going to have blown away, she would have done it before. Because I mean, we've had some fairly strong storms before. I guess if it flooded back there, she could have floated away, since she was on the ground. Yeah, I don't know who would have been back there, other than the people. Every once in a while, there's mowers. Those are the only people I can think of that go out back. Unless there's just been, people that we don't know out back, just kind of hanging around. Somebody's dog could have carried it off, I guess, if somebody has a big enough dog around. But there again, I don't ever have those curtains open, but I don't hear people back there. Every once in a while, years and years and years ago, some of the I think it was one of the upstairs neighbors. They went like, every once in a while somebody will walk their dog back there, but I haven't seen anybody do that in a long time, in a couple years. I guess I'm not watching out there 24/7, to 365 to know what Zed and Katy Perry 365, looking out back, but like I used to see people walking their dogs back there every once in a while. And some of the neighbors once, like, because they walked off into the woods, I don't know if they were going to go mushroom hunting, morel mushroom hunting, or what they were doing back there, if they were just exploring the woods back there, whatever. I don't see people out back. I guess it doesn't mean they don't hang out there, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe those kids, because I mean, it's just starting to get spring because we've had this cold snap, whatever. So the trees in the back are just now starting to grow. So maybe the kids from across the tree line, they're like, "Hey, there's a cool thing over there. Let's go take that." I don't know. I don't know where the Ghost Bride girl went, but she is gone. So, and I mean, if she blew away, because I haven't really looked over here to see if maybe she's over there somewhere. I don't know, or along the side of the building. I haven't looked. So I mean, maybe somebody set her up, took her around the corner and set her up somewhere over there. I don't know. So there's a possibility I could possibly get her back. There again, like I said, I haven't been able to utilize her in the Halloween decorations since I moved out of the house, so it doesn't really... I mean, the same thing could have happened. I had shit stolen from me, from my Halloween display, from my Christmas display, so, I mean, anytime you set anything, any decorations out, you have a chance of, having them stolen. It's just weird that it's like they were in the back on my back porch. To have somebody take something from my back porch like that, I don't know, because it wasn't even like set out for decorations or whatever. It was just kind of in the back in storage. That's just weirder to me, because somebody would have had to have specifically walked back there. Like I said, the only people I can think of that I've seen back there are the people who do the mowing. So maybe one of the mower guys took her. I don't know, or maybe she could. It's possible she blew away. I don't know. But, as I've said, the point is, she is gone, so possibly to never return. But she wasn't being utilized for her proper purpose anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Other than, I think she cost like $30, $40, whatever. I don't even know for sure if she worked anymore, because like I said, she just kind of been laying out there for a long time, anyway. But, anyway, that's about that. And the results of me shitting in the box came back negative, in case you needed to know that. But other than that, I think it's been a pretty normal week. Work, sleep, repeat, as they say. So how about if we just move on to our question for the week, which is, would you rather live in the hottest place on Earth or the coldest? Why? I feel like this is basically like, do you like, summer or winter better? Which is, I mean, a basic bitch question. Would you rather live in the hottest place on the earth or the coldest? I don't want to see next week's question yet. Would you rather live in the hottest... I guess this is, this would be, at least here in the Midwest, our seasons do change. So we get, I mean, we don't get the coldest colds or the hottest hots, I'm sure. But, we experience both the cold and the hot here. And the changing of the seasons, which is very good for my allergies and my sinuses. But I feel like if you lived there, you wouldn't be able to escape it. So it would be more of your official existence, I guess. It wouldn't be like, well, at least tomorrow it's going to be cold. It's going to be cooler. Or like once we get to spring or once we get to fall, it'll be a little cooler. Like if you lived in the hottest place or the coldest place, it would be, your everyday life. You would be dealing with it in and out, 365, Katy Perry and Zed. That video is kind of creepy because she plays a robot who learns how to love. It's one of those, kind of obsessive, robot love story, kind of weird. So look it up. But anyway, so I don't know. I feel like I've discussed this with myself before. I mean, I guess it depends on the version of hot that you have to deal with. Cold is... after going through the cold, recently. I think I would have to pick the hottest place on Earth, though that like melts. It just gets so sticky and so like oppressive. You know what I mean? Like if you're hot, because like I went down to Harlingen, Texas once with my friend Robert, and like there was a humidity down there, or there was heat down there, but there wasn't as much humidity as there is here, so it didn't feel like, even though it was hot, it didn't feel like sticky, kind of like gross, ick slime. Because I guess there's enough of breeze coming in off of the ocean. Because we did go to South Padre Island while we were down there. Luckily, it was not during. It was not during the peak, spring break season. So we basically had the entire island to ourselves. It was kind of nice, and we did do a bit of swimming in the ocean there. But I guess something to do with science. I don't know. You know. Something to do with the air currents. The breeze coming in off of the ocean kept it, moist enough in the air that, there was heat, but there wasn't the humidity. I guess that's what they say. It's not the heat that gets you, it's the humidity. Kind of thing. But I mean, in this situation, it would be the hottest of the hot, which I assume would be that, like, oppressive, just like, it just feels like you hit, like, it's like an area effect in Dungeons and Dragons or something. There's just like a in the air, if that makes any sense, when that heat hits you. But I'm gonna have to choose the hottest place on Earth, because the cold is just like that bitter, biting, like, it's like the face crack of the, like, why am I living where the air hurts my face kind of thing. And also, I do have this issue where, like, I assume, this whole time, like, there would be these, because, like, cold doesn't necessarily bother me. It's that, there again, I guess, the heat versus the humidity question. That when it's like, when it's like 12 degrees or whatever, and there's this strong, bitter, biting wind, that's what bothers me. Like that gets in my lungs. Like, it's kind of like if you accidentally step in a cold shower, you kind of have that kind of moment. Like, that's what that cold wind, that cold breeze does to me. Like, it gets in my, like, I breathe it in, it gets in my lungs, and like it like chokes me or something. It's weird kind of thing. Like, I can't, like, I can't breathe. I don't know if I just kind of start, like, having a little mini panic attack or what. I do have my Sub-Zero mask that I wear now. I can't remember what they called it, but so when I know that does help, having that, like, barrier in between the cold wind and and my mouth, my lungs, my face. That does actually help me breathe a lot of times. So so because of that, like, I don't think I'd want to deal with that on a daily basis. Because even when we went down to Hot Springs, Arkansas, and we went to the races on Sunday, we went to the horse races on Sunday. Like, there was, I mean, it wasn't even that cold, but there was just like this really strong, cold-ish wind that was hitting me, and it was like, or when Sean and I were riding the ducks. I kind of had to like put my face down for a minute and cover my mouth up, because the ducks were, it's one of those things where it goes on land but it also goes on water, so it's very open air. It's a very open air vehicle. So driving down the highway, there was some cold wind that was hitting me down there, and I had to look down for a minute and cover my mouth, because it was getting to where, like, especially if I can't, like, get away from it, if it continues to hit me, if it hits me and then I just kind of, like, have the moment and then it's over. But if it's like that, where we're driving down the highway in an open air vehicle, or like when we were out on the boat one time, I just like restructured myself, because it's like this cold wind keeps hitting me, and it's like I like keep like kind kind of, thing. So I assume in the coldest place on Earth, I would not be able to escape that, and I would not want to deal with that on a regular basis. But there again, if I have my Sub-Zero mask, it might be okay. I might be able to survive it, but I think I'd rather not deal with that all the time. And that like I said, that cold, bitter air that hurts my face, like, I just don't like it enough to deal with it on a regular basis. So I think I would have to deal with the hottest place on Earth. Even if it, like, you go outside and you just, like, immediately feel like, this cloggy, foggy, air just, like, weighs you down, like, I think I would rather deal with that and sweat my balls off than have to deal with the cold and the bitter biting wind. That just, not a fan of it. Not a big fan of the heat either. Let's be honest. I like the middle ground. That's good for me, And at least at the hottest place on Earth, I mean, at night it wouldn't be as hot, and that's when I prefer to go out doing walks and stuff anyway. Though, I mean, there was, one time back when I was, in my more popular Pokemon Go days, I actually went out at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and was, doing a Pokemon walk on campus, on the local college campus here, and like I was still sweating then. So I mean, it's not entirely escapable, but at least it's a little cooler at night. And like I said, that's when I prefer, under the cover of darkness, to go out anyway. So I think I'm gonna have to choose the hottest place on Earth. That's where I would choose to live. I almost knocked over my remote control. So yes, there is your update and question for the week. I do have, I got my first paycheck from Parks and Rec. Well, my first, like, full paycheck from Parks and Rec today. And I felt like buying something a little silly. And I believe it's a chip to my Dale. So, and I found we still had some of these. So I went ahead and bought a couple of these. So I will probably open those, since I'm still, if I'd stop throwing them everywhere, Jesus fucking Christ. I almost forgot those were over there. So yes, I will be opening, I'll do a little video opening these and seeing. I assume this is the same ones that I was doing before. I think so. And there is a golden Mickey. I don't remember there being a golden Mickey before, but apparently there is. So maybe I have the golden Mickey. Who knows? But other than that, I do still have the taste test video that I wanted to do, which I haven't found a good time to do yet either, with those Pringles, the barbecue Pringles that I wanted to do. So I don't know. I intend to do that at some point. Whether I do or not, who knows. Just like all those other videos, like, yeah, I'm going to do that video, and then I don't do the video, but you know it is. But I do have this to edit together now with all the different clips. So maybe while that's processing in Corel, I can film my Bitty Pop video and get that done and over with. But anyway, that's that, and so I might have a couple of videos coming up for the week. Well, not for the week, but for today, maybe. I don't know. Words are becoming difficult, I guess. Sentences, put them together. But anyway, other than that, this is your update / question of the week. And thanks for stopping by, and I shall see you when I see you.